Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video of One Piece Bounty Rush. And welcome back once again to another one of these anniversary videos. Because today we have another brand new piece of information, as well as some very big translations about the next big unit coming to One Piece Bounty Rush by the name of DRIPGER. So we have had it confirmed now that this current anniversary is themed around the next arc inside the anime, which is the Odin Roger big flashback. And so this anniversary is going to be having two different green units in the Odin you see on screen right now, which I kind of did a reroll account for. And he's pretty crazy, honestly. I don't know if I'm going to keep this account. I just wanted to try him out for a bit, kind of learn his dodges, because I think like that's really important for these characters. But let's go check out the gameplay for Goldie Roger and see why he's so crazy, because the Pirate King definitely deserves to be the strongest unit in the game, and it seems like he's gotten it. Okay, so here's the trailer for the Goldie Roger announcement, and then we'll go check out his actual traits and abilities here in a second. This was revealed last night at 3:30 a.m. on a stream for the second anniversary, so he's going to be the second part of it, and he seems fucking bonkers. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, there's a lot of reflections on a lot of characters that honestly I haven't even tried out playing up to this point. I feel like I've gotten so far behind on my main account in terms of trying to work on units that most of the characters that they're showing off here are ones from the last year I haven't actually played. But there he is! That's our fucking man right there! So first of all, he has some very bright colors and he has a pink shirt, which is just great. So these are his skills right here. I don't know if you saw how fast that went by, but there was a Getsuga in there. There's that big poke like that, which seems kind of crazy. So we already made the assumption that we were going to get this character for the anniversary because it happened on Treasure Cruise as well, but seeing it actually confirmed here and actually like released in terms of his skills as well is really cool. So first I want to start off with his normals that are inside this video. Also, I love the actual gold Roger on his hat. I'm not gonna lie to you, he's got a lot of drip going. There's something about like the pink shirt and like the nice red that just fits really well, but his normals are a quick 3-hit swing, which is just very hefty and very effective. And here is his skill 1, where he uses like what I would just basically call a Getsuga Tensho. I don't think there's a lot of other places to go with it, except for in front of you, it is a giant Getsuga Tensho going diagonally across the stage, and it goes really, really far. It seems like it's gonna bop a lot of people. And he has some traits that go along with that skill 1 that make it probably the best skill in the game once you see what it actually does, so crazy. Cap animation, and then here he has a charged ability where anytime he gets hit, he'll end up like super armoring through it a little bit more, kind of like how Green Mihawk works. But on top of that, he also gains more damage for every hit he takes, which is crazy. So it ends up turning out kind of similar to how a counter works in terms of a charge attack, but at the same time, it's going to be pretty easy to dodge if you understand it. It still is gigantic. Without a doubt, staring down the barrel of the gun that is Roger holding it like this is terrifying. And he creams literally everyone in front of him. It doesn't actually end up hitting the ace though, so it does seem to have like a certain distance on it. It's not like super long range, but still crazy. So Gold Roger is officially coming to One Piece Bounty Rush, and his kit looks like it is the most fire kit I have seen in this game. There's a lot of other cool units. CP0 Lucci was really awesome, but if we go look at the traits here actually, which are translated in the One Piece Bounty Rush Discord, we can go ahead and look at exactly what Roger's able to do with his extra traits. So his inherent traits at the beginning are Nullify Stun. So basically like the little stars above your head status element, which a lot of characters actually inflict, including Odin and Doffy, is nullified. And anytime that stun is nullified, raise defense by 70% for 10 seconds. So that's a double defense raise for 10 seconds anytime you're affected by a stun, which is kind of like how Kinemon works with a flame, but it's a straight up resistance, which is super nice. It's something that is very, very common with a lot of characters. After skill 2 activation, changes down to nullify stagger, so he can't get knocked over whenever he's using skill 2. Apparently nullifies status infliction from the enemy, which seems kind of bonkers. That's just like all status elements in that case, but we'll see once it's actually released. But his actual traits are: when attacking an enemy whose parameters have been enhanced, when attacking a buffed enemy, increase damage dealt by 30%. So the way that I interpret this is, you know how characters sometimes have inherent speed buffs, or Odin lays down a trail, for example, and that trail lets people inside that area speed up? CP0 Lucci has like a defense buff on his skill 1, or a speed buff. Any character that has one of those built in will take a flat 30% extra damage from any of Roger's abilities, which is crazy. That is a really high multiplier for enemies that you can pretty much just target in that case, which will be very effective. When your HP is above 70%, nullify stagger, so he's unable to get knocked over in that case, which is quite nice. When you receive damage or enemy damage that's above 20% of your normal health, recover health by 30% and reduce cooldown time of skill 1 by 15%. So I think that he's going to be very, very squishy. His actual label is a green attacker, and so I think a lot of the red units in the game right now are very capable of one-shotting him in certain situations. I imagine CP0 Lucci's Rokugan will do a really good job of it. But if you don't kill him, he straight up heals 30% and gets his skill 1 back faster, which is super nice. But Roger isn't truly incredible until you finally get him up to 5-star. Because at 5-star, he gains a couple more traits that make him even better. Increase attack by 20% when you hit an enemy with your skill 1, maxes at 100% damage, and resets upon death. So this works similarly to how CP9 Lucci's combo system works, where every time you do extra hits, every single time you get extra crits, you start to get a combo running and increase your crit rate, increase different parts of your kit. This basically means that anytime you hit an enemy with your skill 1, you're getting a flat 20% damage buff, even if it's just a hit. All it needs to do is like tap them a little bit. And it's to the point where if he gets going, he could have double attack by the middle point in the game. And anytime you try and buff to be able to handle him properly with like a CP0 Lucci, he'll do an extra 30% damage on top of that, just by default. It is crazy. And for an attacker, that is one of the better traits in the game for sure. Definitely a very big combo builder. When I think of that for boss fight, that means that every time Roger uses skill 1, he gains more damage, and if you don't die, by the halfway point inside the boss battle, he'll be doing crazy amounts of damage. But that's not it. When you have less treasure secured, so when you're losing, reduce skill cooldown of skill 2 by 50%. So just a little bit faster skill 2 to be able to clear out treasures that you don't currently have in case you are down by 1. So he has a trait that's kind of a comeback. And reduce skill 1 cooldown time by 30% and recover HP by 15% whenever you KO an enemy. So if he Getsugas and hits 3 enemies with the Getsuga, and it kills 2 of them, he then has 60% of his skill 1 back, he healed back 30% of his HP, and he has an extra 60% damage he can now do to any character he wants to fight. All of this combined together makes it so that a lot of people are just gonna be running skill 1 builds, standing just outside the treasure and just going like, hey, bye, and just swiping away all the problems, no matter what. Roger seems stacked. And Roger is definitely a massive step towards this green meta people have been talking about. I ran into a lot of games today where I tried to go and play, and it was mono red. I had a Kaku, I had 2 CP0 Luchis, and I think there was a Zoro. And so it's becoming a lot more common for people to just run double of those before Roger comes out, because Odin's such a problem already, because he's a crazy green runner. These two together is going to be the best team in the game, and I'm really afraid to see how these combos will be built with this character. And when I look at this, I get afraid for the future of the game. Let's go talk about some stuff. I'm gonna head right on back to the game I was already on. So we're gonna start wrapping up now, but I wanted to talk about kind of where I am in terms of One Piece Bounty Rush right now. Cause I spent some time re-rolling for Odin because I wanted to learn about his kit, I wanted to try him out, and I wanted to be able to learn the timings on his abilities because he was creaming me literally every game I fought him. And I think that the best way to gain knowledge about a character is to play with them yourself to be able to understand their timings for the perfect dodges. And I came to realize that I was very, very far behind in terms of my main account. I realized like the most relevant characters I have maxed out are Dressrosa, Doffy, Soge King, and Rayleigh's at like level 88, which is okay. I have Blackbeard and Shanks maxed out as well, but it's not great. And I think that I'm pretty behind in that way in terms of creating accounts, trying to work on new characters and kind of work on things. And I was trying to think of how to traverse that, especially when it comes to making content on YouTube, because I've remade my account before, and even so, over time, you end up losing out on a lot of units if you don't kind of save up and go in on them. So I wanted to present to you guys this. If Roger does drop, and we do get this crazy bonkers unit, would you guys be interested in me doing a full account where I just start from the beginning entirely? Like from the lowest possible league, I'll roll it on a stream, and we'll just keep it and see how far it gets as a free-to-play account. I feel like I'd end up doing like 3 hours of grinding every so often over on YouTube as well, just to try and see how much progression we can make. But I think that after this 2-year anniversary, I'm not going to have a lot of ways to get new units on my other account, as well as I don't think I'm going to be willing in this game anytime soon, and I'd probably end up quitting pretty quickly after anniversary. So I feel like this is a good way to maintain my interest. Would you guys be interested in that? If Gold D Roger does drop, would you be interested in us going straight for him? I don't think I'll keep this Odin account. He's really cool and he's very strong. I got on a very, very big win streak with him, which was 21 matches in total, all the way up to A-, but I don't think I want to do this. I think that I want to try to make an account with you guys and just fully work on it together. So I think I might wait till Gold Roger actually drops, which is going to be tomorrow, and then see how it goes. For now though, let me know how you feel about Gold D Roger. He definitely looks incredible, and let me know if you're going for him or if you saved to wait for him as well. And maybe I'll try and do a giveaway of my old account at some point, because I do think it has some really good units, and Blackbeard is going to be more relevant than ever going forward. But for now, let me know how you guys feel. Take it easy, and I'll see you guys soon to go ahead and shoot for a Roger. Bye, everybody.